I got a video he sent me back in 2000 and was it 20 or something?
So I meet somebody in 2024 who you said you ain't even been with.
Well, when I met him in July, and then after that, when you get to know a person, I knew her, so we met July 6th at the court fight.
Okay.
Which is crazy.
We've been together over a year and a half now. It'll be 2 years next year in September.
These are gifts from my man, okay? This is what I gifted myself. Little bracelet, myself. I love having stuff that I ain't seen nobody wear before.
There's nothing more unpredictable than a woman trying to one-up a wife she claims isn't even on her mind, especially when her focus should be locked on a major fight. Yanni shouldn't be distracted by outfits or accessories right now. So why, just days before a massive event, is she stepping out in a look almost identical to something the wife already wore? The timing feels intentional.
Let me tell you something. I cannot be copied. What I do is original. The number one. Copy this. Copy this. Just stand straight and see if your ass make a pee. Talk to me. What we talking about?
That's not creative direction. It's confusion in plain sight. Let's take a closer look at what's really happening here. People online are already deep into the topic, flooding timelines with comments and theories from every angle. But this isn't just another wave of internet noise. We're examining it through a sharper, more focused lens. There are subtle details slipping under the radar, and that's where things start to get interesting. This discussion isn't about hate or harassment. It's about observation, about recognizing patterns and understanding behavior. Others may cross the line with their opinions, but that's on them, not us. Once again, Claressa has placed something in the internet spotlight for everyone to dissect. To me, though, this goes beyond celebrity chatter. It feels like behavioral evidence, a raw glimpse into how people act when pride, envy, and emotion collide. It's practically a case study unfolding in real time. And let's be honest about that.
Claressa Shields wants y'all to know that she got a big old butt.
32, 33. That's the waist. And then we go around the butt. I'm gonna start from in the middle. Yeah, that ass fat, girl. Yeah, let's say 44. So I know I lost a couple inches because, let me go to the big part of the butt. Let me go down here. See, that's the part that go off the widest. Let's try that.
Girl, boo. It ain't gonna change.
It did, because it's a different part of the butt. Yeah, so around my actual ass is a 45. So it's like 32, 33 up here. And then 44, 45. For 44, then it gets bigger with the 45. So yeah, that's my measurements.
No one seemed shocked when she threw subtle shade at Ray's team, even though they hadn't addressed her first. That quiet jab spoke volumes without a single word. If you miss what really happened, let's rewind for a moment. I'll walk you through the full timeline, what sparked it, what was said, and how the response unfolded. This isn't just another round of messy internet drama. It's a closer look at how people behave when ego and image start running the show. Around here, we don't just watch the chaos, we break down the psychology behind every move. The moment everything began to unfold, the internet locked in quickly. What made it even messier were the timestamps, real receipts with dates that can't be twisted or rewritten. And long before this latest exchange, back in the summer, Remy was already wearing her signature Van Cleef jewelry, setting the tone for what many now see as a layered narrative.
I might not be the sharpest knife in the drawer, but everybody's flooding my comment section talking about, well, how'd you catch Claressa Shields capping in 4K? This is how I caught Claressa Shields capping in 4K. Then you can get in the comments and issue me an apology, or you can just say, oh yeah, man. But Claressa Shields said that she likes jewelry that nobody else has got, and she's 100% sure nobody else has this here jewelry. I'm gonna see what the survey says, man. And this is all receipt.
For years, that signature style has been part of her identity, something people instantly associate with her brand and presence. It isn't just fashion, it's a personal stamp she has carried with consistency and confidence. So when someone else suddenly stepped out mirroring that same energy, the internet did what it always does. It noticed. The reactions weren't subtle. People weren't calling it inspiration, they were calling it imitation. Fair or not, perception matters. And perception, in this case, leaned heavily toward comparison. To be fair, Remy has always worn her look with a kind of ease that feels natural. There's a confidence that doesn't look rehearsed or forced. It's effortless, and that's something you simply can't manufacture. When authenticity is present, people feel it. When it's missing, they feel that too. Then came the Super Bowl moment that everyone is still dissecting. Remy arrived in a custom look that turned heads from every angle. It wasn't just stylish, it was intentional and bold. Her best friend Gucci was heard in the crowd hyping her up, shouting, "This is custom, you can't copy that." Remy laughed, completely unbothered. The moment felt organic, almost symbolic, as if it underlined everything people had already been whispering. Not long after, Claressa went online to address the chatter. Instead of quieting the speculation, her comments seemed to amplify it. It felt less like a denial, and more like an indirect confirmation of what the public had already pieced together. Unfortunately, the response didn't land the way she may have hoped. Rather than regaining control of the narrative, it highlighted a pattern that people have started to recognize. The need to manage every storyline, even when the truth is already visible. You can attempt to rewrite reality with clever phrasing, but actions have a way of speaking louder than captions. When behavior contradicts the message, audiences tend to side with what they see rather than what they're told. And that's where the disconnect begins. It starts to feel like someone is so invested in their own version of events that they forget everyone else can see the broader picture. The irony almost writes itself. Publicly, she claims she doesn't want what anyone else has and isn't chasing another woman's life. Yet the circumstances make that statement difficult to accept at face value. Being romantically involved with someone's ex automatically places you in a space of comparison, whether you acknowledge it or not. The contradiction didn't go unnoticed. Online observers quickly pointed it out, turning it into another layer of the ongoing discussion. Then Valentine's Day arrived, and that's when the comparisons truly exploded. Anyone who has followed her for a while knows that sharing every milestone has become part of her brand. Celebrations become content. Personal moments become productions. Even her first engagement, specifically the one with Tony Rich, was filmed and posted in a way that felt more like a curated scene than a private memory. Instead of focusing on the intimacy of the moment, the emphasis seemed to be on visibility and validation. When this latest Valentine's Day unfolded, it felt like déjà vu. The cameras, the lighting, the picture-perfect staging. It resembled a production shoot more than an intimate exchange between two people. Over time, that pattern has blurred the line between real life and performance. When every emotional milestone is broadcast, it becomes harder to tell what's genuine and what's carefully crafted for optics. In healthy relationships, love often grows quietly. It doesn't demand constant proof. It doesn't require an audience to validate its existence. Competition, on the other hand, thrives on visibility. It demands spectacle. And that's where things began to feel complicated. Everyone saw where he spent Christmas. At home with his wife and family. That detail alone shifted the tone of the narrative. Soon after, Claressa's online activity appeared more intense, almost as if she were trying to reaffirm her place. Posts increased. Displays became more elaborate. There were even moments where she showcased gifts in a way that felt less celebratory and more compensatory. So when Valentine's Day arrived with helicopter displays, extravagant decor, and luxury details, people didn't interpret it as simple romance. Many saw it as a statement, a public declaration designed to counterbalance the Christmas imagery. Grand? Absolutely. Emotional? That's where opinions diverged. From a psychological perspective, it resembled overcompensation. When someone senses they are not the primary priority, they sometimes respond with spectacle. The louder the gesture, the more it can signal an underlying insecurity. Instead of witnessing quiet affection, audiences felt like they were watching a comparison Olympics. Christmas was intimate and family-centered. Valentine's Day was cinematic and public. Every accessory, every caption, every visual seemed selected with precision, as if to mirror something that already existed in another chapter of the story. The painful part is that none of this was necessary. Claressa is talented, accomplished, and respected in her own field. She has built a name through discipline and skill. But insecurity has a way of distorting even the strongest identities. When comparison becomes the lens, confidence slowly morphs into competition. What makes the situation heavier is the legacy she appears to be stepping into. Remy and Pat didn't just have a relationship. They cultivated a public narrative of loyalty and resilience. Through interviews, red carpets, reality television, and social media, they built a story that many people admired. That kind of history doesn't disappear overnight. It lingers in the public imagination. Walking into that space means inheriting its shadow, and competing with history is far more difficult than competing with a person. A decade of shared memories, inside jokes, and visible unity can't be outshined by a handful of glossy gestures. Authentic connection takes time to develop. It can't be fast-tracked through aesthetics. That's why the Valentine's display didn't feel heartfelt to some viewers. It felt scripted. Every detail seemed curated to create new imagery powerful enough to rival old memories. But memories rooted in authenticity aren't easily replaced. This cycle, comparison, imitation, response, and repetition, has become noticeable. Even visually, the similarities stand out. The fur coat, the jeans, the white tank, the pose. Individually, they could mean nothing. Collectively, they form a pattern that's difficult to ignore. And with each repetition, critics gain more material. There's also the matter of presentation. When someone repeatedly centers their appearance as proof of superiority, emphasizing being the better option, it stops sounding self-assured and starts sounding like a campaign for approval. The louder the insistence, the more transparent the insecurity can appear. Claressa doesn't need theatrics to maintain relevance. Her accomplishments speak loudly on their own. But when the focus shifts from talent to spectacle, perception begins to change. Brands don't collapse overnight. They erode gradually when audiences sense inauthenticity. The internet has a long memory. Once respect shifts into skepticism, regaining it becomes an uphill battle. The narrative rewrites itself not because of performance in the ring, but because of behavior online. The overall vibe surrounding this situation feels unstable and confusing. And that's the real loss. Competing with history is a battle no one truly wins. The question now isn't about outfits or holidays. It's about control. Is she directing this narrative strategically, or is she being guided by influences behind the scenes? Is this calculated branding, or reactive emotion? That's where the deeper analysis begins.